What is up, everyone? Movie Worm back again with another review, and this is going to be for the 2021 movie Wrong Turn, and this is directed by Mike P. Nelson, starring Charlotte Vega, Adaine Bradley, and Matthew Modine. Now, this tells the story of, you guessed it, a group of young adults going into the woods who are attacked by a group of strange people. However, that's not quite it, so I just want to say I will do my very best to avoid spoilers here, but each of these three acts are a little bit different, but I'll do my very best to keep them spoilers to a minimal. So let's get into it. Now, I went into this reboot expecting something along the lines of the 2003 Wrong Turn movie starring Eliza Dushku, and just let me say, I haven't seen any of the 5 sequels. I have only seen that one and this one, and for the first act of this film, or the first 40 minutes, that's pretty much what I got. This film does not wait around. Our characters are dropped straight into the shit there, and things start to take a dangerous turn very quickly. And after the initial first kill, after about 20 minutes, I was scratching my head a little bit going, oh, this is very fast paced. They haven't built it up at all, and it is. It's just trauma after trauma thrown at our characters, sequence after sequence, and I couldn't quite believe how quick this was all happening. It was like that 2003 original Wrong Turn film happens here in less than half this movie's runtime. Now, there is a reason this film takes a little bit of a different turn, excuse the pun, from that original 2003 movie. This one wants to go in a totally different direction. It wants something more. Everything you thought you were getting from this movie has just happened in that first 45 minutes. So whatever you thought this was going to go, put it to the back of your mind, because you probably wouldn't have seen this happening. And it's not going to be for everyone. I mean, you will either hate it or you will like it. And I personally, to a certain extent, enjoyed the way this movie went. And I applaud them for doing something different and not just giving us this lazy remake. It tries within the story, and it worked for me. I mean, the kills in this film are great too. This forest is littered with booby traps, so you can only imagine what happens there. Heads are bashed into mush. Eyes are poked out with hot forks. It's all here, Gorehound, and if that's your type of thing, this movie is for you. There's also some creepy moments as well involving these people who are stalking our characters. They use the environment really well and just blend into the trees and stuff, and you don't really see them coming at times. And there was one moment where this incident happened and it really did look like a big accident, you know, a natural occurrence. But then one of our main characters just looks in the wilderness and there's someone hiding behind a tree, and it just made my skin crawl. Now, I don't want to go into the rest of the film too much story-wise. I will touch on Act 3 in a minute, but I just want to say one of the most positive things about the Wrong Turn reboot was the ending. I mean, I was watching it going, oh, are they really going to end it like this? Really? What happened there? I mean, my ending satisfaction went from there to there in about a split second. Let's just talk about the characters here a minute. No prizes for guessing that this is going to be a negative in this review. And it's a kind of a hard fiat to nail down if you're a slasher or horror filmmaker who just wants to kill a bunch of teenagers, because we all know what to expect. I mean, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to me, is the greatest horror film ever made, but even that suffers from its characters. They're just there to be killed, and this movie does suffer the same fate as all them other films. It does attempt to give us some backstory to each one of them, here and there, just a little bit, but ultimately, these aren't characters you're going to attach yourself to whatsoever. However, the main protagonist, Jen, played by Charlotte Vega, did grow on me as the movie went on. She was the exception to the rest of the group. I didn't like her at first, I'm not going to lie, but I admired her determination and strength. You know, she knew she was in this position and she had to deal with it. Her father is also searching for her because she's been missing out. This movie does time jump here and there with his little backstory going on, and he's a pretty cool character as well. He was. You can sort of see why his daughter is like this, because he's that type of strong character. And it worked for me. Them two characters, decent. The rest, not so much. Between all these characters, though, you get the typical horror cliches. None of their phones have signal, of course. They walk off the path they were told many times not to walk off. And one of these characters goes missing when the whole group wakes up in a tent. One of them isn't there. And when you find out why this character went missing, you just think, did you really have to walk so far for that? really? Yeah, this movie suffers from those. Not as much as some horror movies, but they're there. Now, the third act, I feel, is where this film does suffer a little bit compared to the first two. I mean, I did enjoy it, but there was times where it didn't know when to end. I mean, things just start happening, different scenarios here and there, and you think it's going to end and it doesn't. You don't know who's right, who's wrong. It turns into a little bit of an action film. There's a dream sequence. Yes, another horror cliche thrown in there, a big dream sequence. If this dream sequence was kept in the film, it would have been awesome. I mean, that would have worked way better for me. But I can't complain too much because it was worth it for that ending. All in all, though, I did enjoy Wrong Turn. It's one of the best films I've seen this year. You've got to keep in mind, this is my type of movie. I love these slasher films that just have a bit of gore here and there with people getting killed off. This isn't going to be for everyone. But I admire the filmmakers for going in this different direction that I talked about earlier. It worked for me. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, would I think it's better than the original? Right now, yes, I do actually think it's better than the original, but I haven't seen that one for quite some time. However, they're very, very close there. But if you're a fan of that, I'd check this one out. I'm just going to go ahead and rate this movie now. I'm going to give Wrong Turn a 7.5 out of 10. Never stop making these movies, Hollywood. Never stop. Okay, at the end of these reviews, I always like to leave a little fun fact. Now, a fun fact for Wrong Turn is that this is the first out of all 7 movies to be filmed in the US. 1, 2 and 4 were made in Canada, and 3, 5 and 6 were filmed in Bulgaria. Okay guys, hope you all enjoyed this review. If you want to subscribe, it's up to yourself. We've got a lot more reviews coming, lots more videos, and if you want to comment about Wrong Turn, leave it down below and I'll reply to every single one of you, I promise. Take it all easy guys. See you all in the next video.